My journey really started in 2014 with the purchase of Matangi Station. We, as a family, thought of owning a place in New Zealand, particularly a sheep and beef farm would be a great thing to do.
So a little bit about Matangi. Matangi Station itself is about 480 hectares, but we farm across two farms. The other farm is Atua, and that's 300 hectares. Both farms are actually located here in the Tukituk Valley, here in Hawke's Bay. Great place to farm and a great place to live.
I must say, at the beginning there was no grand vision for the place. It was much more about farming, having a farm manager that is capable, that will help me run the place, but at the same time, just enjoy Hawke's Bay.
So Nikki and I were farming here in Hawke's Bay up until 2014, where I got a phone call from a mutual family friend who had just met a wonderful Austrian family who were looking to buy a farm here in Hawke's Bay, and they were looking for a New Zealand family to come and manage the farm for them.
Talking to Jamie about the opportunities, possibilities in New Zealand sheep and beef farming, it became very clear to me that there might be a great opportunity in a niche strategy and focusing on the high end and the high quality end of the beef sector. And this is what we put in place over the years after.
So our goal here at Matangi was to produce the best grass-fed Angus beef in New Zealand for New Zealanders, and that's what we set out to do. Our journey through innovation started off with a conversation with Robert and myself, sitting down, working out what's the best policies we can do for the land at Matangi, and how can we do that effectively to get a consistent product for our clients.
To me, innovation for Matangi is really in two fields. One is the innovation in the product, and the other one is innovation that drives productivity.
There was a number of things that we did to try and make ourselves different, to try and improve our eating quality in our beef. The type of stock we run here at Matangi is sheep and beef. We've got a Romney ewe flock. We also have a Angus cow herd. The Angus cow herd is specifically bred for eating quality. We put a lot of effort into our cow herd and looking at our data on intramuscular fats and tenderness. It's no good just buying in cattle because our consistency of eating quality wasn't going to be there. So we really wanted to focus on our cow herd, try and get the eating quality into our cow herd, buy the right bulls so we could get these calves that could produce fantastic meat. We're using a drone on our cows and calves to try and keep the stress levels down on the animals. The cows and calves don't like dogs going around them, it sort of stresses the mothers out. If you throw a drone around them, they kind of just wander off nice and quietly. Works really well. So another innovation in our management on farm is the virtual fencing we have with our cattle. We use an app on our phone to move our cattle around the paddocks. This really helps with our pasture management, and it also helps with our weaning weights. We're hoping to really produce higher weaning weights in our calves. So our goal here was to produce the cattle for 10 months of the year. The best way to do that was to split our cow herd and calve twice per year, once in the winter and once in the summer. That way our cattle don't get too big and our chefs are happy and all our steaks can fit into their frying pans.
I think the challenge is that you always have in farming is weather, is nature. We particularly found that in 2023 when the area got hit by Cyclone Gabrielle. Because it did have a serious impact both on our farm but also on the contract butcher that we were working with at that time, and led us to the next round of innovation, namely insourcing everything and trying to have control of the whole process all the way to the butcher side.
So there's a number of key innovations here that make our Matangi butchery and showroom different. We have our carcasses toll processed and they come back here in quarters, and we hang all of the meat here on site on the bone for 21 days before it is processed. This is a really important innovation that is not necessarily done consistently by other producers because there is a cost to that. Well, I think our big dry aging cabinet is a huge draw card for people. We've built this cabinet with local craftsmen and imported technology from Germany, which keeps the meat at certain humidity, so about 80% humidity and about 2 degrees. And that allows the meat to mature in a natural and safe environment. One of the things that we know is really special about grass-fed beef but also chicory finished lamb, which we're now producing, is the high levels of omega-3 in those particular products. And with my background in health and being really interested in, I guess, how what we consume affects how we behave and what we do, it's really nice to have that reassurance and that knowledge that what you're offering to people has had the utmost care go into it. I think, as people are becoming more discerning with what they eat and what they're expecting from their suppliers, they really like to know and hear and meet the people behind a certain product, and they can do that with us here.
I come from an investment banking and financial background, so numbers have always been very important to me. So the first thing I looked for when I came to Hawke's Bay and started farming was a partner I can work with on the accounting front. BDO has been awesome in that respect. Meeting Glenn early on and talking to him about what we were about to set up a limited company and get all the financials in a way so that they also fit my German taxpayer status, and the financial year over there is different from here. So all these adjustments had to be made.
So there are a number of ways that Glenn and the BDO team helped us on our journey to innovation. The first was reporting. I needed to report back to Robert with finances. There was the budgeting. Again, Robert and I had to work out a budget and how we're going to implement this innovation. So those were two of the main challenges we had, and it was really important to us to have a team around us that was supportive and understood what our goals were and how we were going to achieve them.
Again, being a small business, we have to be jack of all trades, and so there is some things that we really need to outsource. Payroll, help with employment contracts and things that are again services that BDO have been really supportive with and do on an ongoing basis. It's really nice to have been able to bring the brand to life within Hawke's Bay, and Hawke's Bay is really well known for its horticultural produce and its wine. But now hopefully we can add, some of the country's best beef and lamb to that list at the same time.
My vision here at Matangi is to keep producing beautiful beef for our customers. We really want to look after the land, leave it in a better place to how we found it, keep building relationships and create a great lifestyle for our family.
My vision for Matangi is pretty simple. It's about making sure that we continue that path of innovation that we started, give something back to New Zealand consumers and customers by showing them the best of what Hawke's Bay can make out of beef, and to build this place here into an ever better and more beautiful place to leave it to the next generation.